So just jumping on here real quick, I actually discovered something about a day ago. It's called Litmaps, and I think it's really going to change how folks, especially in the academic world, conducts research. Um, Whether it's research for research papers or a project. I think this particular website or app will be beneficial moving forward of how it breaks down citations and references from and to other works. I'm going to show you the screen here what I'm talking about, and I think it will be really beneficial moving forward. Right now I signed up for a free account. I don't know really what the whole deal with the a paid account would you know foretell or anything like that. I'm just going with the free account just to see how this thing works because it's really the first time I'm been really using it. So I will flip over here and kind of show you what I'm talking about. I pretty much I just put in William Shakespeare, right? He's everybody's written about William Shakespeare at some point. So I just put in that particular author. And as you can tell, there's a whole bunch of stuff going on here on the left. This is just potential articles. This was the main article or work that I clicked on. And as you can tell, it sort of brings out these little lines like little bubble maps of some sort. But each one of these are potential sources that you could possibly download and use for your particular, let's say you're writing a paper on William Shakespeare that you need some sources for. Each one of these sources has some sort of relation to the main source that I chose. And let's say that I'm going to pick here with this particular source. I want to see what's going on here. You click on it. It says that this one has 124 references. It's been, citations, there's 15. The overview is right here. You click on that and it brings back that particular source and it links it up with other sources that they have used or those sources have used this particular site. And it also gives you, the dates to some of these or the years rather, so you can kind of do the relevance there. You got something back here from all the way from um, 1937. I don't know how well that will. I think it's prelude or preface to chemistry. I don't know how that's going to relate to Shakespeare, but as you can tell, you can click on different sources here, and it will take you to another source. So this one's on Spencer. So I'm gonna click on that, do an overview, and see what happens there. And of course, again, I have different sources that I could potentially read, download, read, possibly use for a paper. So I'm going to click on one and see if I can actually get it because I know yesterday before I left the office, I was toying around with this a little bit, and some of it is taking you to like JSTOR, some other databases. If your college, doesn't have subscriptions for that, you're not going to be able to easily access it unless you create an account and probably have to pay for it. But some of them are free. Some of them were taking you to another site like this one. Some of them were taking you to another, like a journal site where you'd have to pay a subscription or pay for the article there. And again, usually what I tell my students is, don't pay for anything. Chances are you can kind of find it for free somewhere, unless you just have the money and you want to pay for it. I mean, that's up to you at that point. Some of these places can kind of just take your money, though. I mean, there's no sense of paying, $40 for a 5-page paper or something of that nature. But here it looks like it gives you an option for a PDF or a PDF plus. Let me see how the PDF plus, again, I guess that, it's going to want me to have a member subscription or something. Let me see if I can go maybe with just with the PDF. I can do the same thing. Yeah, so this one is not necessarily free for me. It's going to want me to pay for it, but I could possibly go a couple different avenues to see if I can find this somewhere else. Let me see if I can go to um, another one here, because that's not going to help me. I don't want to pay for it. Let's see. Let's go here, I guess. Just click around. This is taking me to a site. Looks like it's in uh, Japanese. Of course, you want to be careful um, with some of these because you just don't know what you might get. I'm going to click on this and see what it does. And it's going to take me here. Um, Again, I don't know how old this particular Litmaps, because I just, discovered it. Let me see if I can find. There was several that I was able to actually click on, and they were free. Sometimes you gotta pick around. Here's one, I guess. It's a PDF. This is an actual. It looks like a dissertation, actually. Um, so this could be, something that could be helpful moving forward as they tweak it a little bit better. This was another one that I found um, prior to recording. It takes me to another journal article that I can potentially use. And the good thing about the lit maps, it sort of tells you if there's some sources that are kind of questionable. Going back to this main this main search bar. Um, Let me see. I'm going to put something with Chaucer. Again, it deals mainly with scientific literature. So it's probably going to be really well used or received mainly from the sciences, but I'm sure there's stuff in here for, for humanities. And as things move along, I wouldn't be surprised if there is something already out there built in um, for, humanities and literature type classes. But I was going to show you based on this, you have this, it says invalid seed article, too few citations. So it's not going to, provide something that hasn't really been cited well or hasn't been used or went through. I hope, hopefully, has gone through the actual peer review process. I mean, with any of these, you have to kind of, read them and take them with a grain of salt because pretty much anything these days can be published. As we know, you can do a lot of self-publishing, that type deal. But if you look here, I basically just put in Chaucer. I'm sure if you have a particular author, a critic, or some sort of a um, journal title in mind, article title in mind, you can probably, find it fairly easy. I'm just putting in, just the name of the author just to see what comes up. So you're gonna wrap into a lot of different things that may not be necessarily related to that particular topic. That would be, you'd have to narrow it down a little bit based on whatever you're trying to write about or read about or learn about. But here, you can click on these, do an overview. Um, what? Yeah, I don't know. Some of this stuff, like I said, I think this looks fairly new to me, so they could be um, working out some kinks. And here again, this is one of those sites. It takes you to Cambridge. And I'm sure, obviously, it's a reputable place, but I'm not going to pay nearly $50 for this thing. Um, Save your money and see if you can find something that's free that could, be a little bit better. Let me see if there's anything here. That's the same thing I went to, I guess. Um, but as you can tell, you can kind of, if you go to this site, Lit Maps, you can kind of play around with it to see if it'd be something that you could possibly use. If you're, going to school, if you're having to write research papers, that type deal. It might be able to, at least pull up some abstracts that you can kind of look at and see if you kind of use. Again, a lot of these are going to want you to um, spend money if your particular college does not have a subscription already to that particular database or whatever. But I mean, I just think it's kind of interesting to see what's out there and what the possibility or where research is heading. Um, because this is something totally, it's new and it's different to me. I mean, I'm used to Galileo and some of the stuff that they got going on there based on where I work. And of course, Georgia Southern and a lot of the colleges that I went to, high schools as well, use the Galileo. But this is something that could be beneficial as time moves on. This is again JSTOR. JSTOR is a really good database. I wish we had access to it at our college. I used a lot of JSTOR, you know, the articles and stuff that you can get out of there. I think they do have some stuff that you can get for free, but it may be dated. Here's another one I'm gonna look up and see. Project Muse is another one. Again, some of these, I mean, the bigger colleges, you're probably gonna have access to these, which is really good without having to, bring out your own checkbook, so to speak, and pay for it. And for the most part, it's taking you to credible, reputable databases and critics. So, I mean, you can kind of, that's the good thing. You're not going to get a bunch of, hopefully, you're not going to get a bunch of junk when you're using this. You're just going to have to go through it, obviously, and see what could be beneficial to you. That would be, going through and reading. Again, this is going to take me to Project Muse. Again, another, university professor or student wrote this particular article. Again, my college don't have access to the Project Muse thing, so maybe another college will. So yeah, I mean, again, you're gonna have to kind of pick and choose possibly where you're at, what you can use. But there could be other ways that you can go about interlibrary loan, trying to get some of these articles possibly if you don't have direct access to them. There again, of course, I mean, this is taking me to the New Chaucer Society, so it's a reputable journal. Um, Let me see if I can find another one because a lot of this is, I mean, right now I think going to be hit and miss on my side. Let's see. Uh, See if I can find one more maybe. But I just wanted to give everybody. I'm just gonna click on this one and see what it does. Overview. Well, it's giving me this crap again. Um, just wanted to give everybody sort of an overview of what I found. Yeah, here's another one. I mean, it's gonna want me to pay for this stuff. Yeah, I'm not paying $72 for this book. Sorry. But it Cambridge University Press, it's reputable. March 28, 2008. So it's still relatively, it's not dated. It's not like coming back from 1800s or something of that nature. Let me see if I can back out of here. I can create, maybe do something else. Let me see. Um, I don't know. Let me see. I'll put in Lord Byron. See if I can find something there. Again, I think mainly this is going to be useful for the science majors, science folks, but you can find stuff that deals with humanities. Here, there's a lot of, as you can tell, this is just one of 20, and I got a whole lot there to sort of search through. Um, so in some ways, it kind of links up a lot of different, like you can click on a main article or book or whatever it is here, and then it's going to sort of fan out. Um, some of the sources that that particular author of that book or that journal used. And it sort of really, it can kind of take you down a rabbit hole if you're not careful, because you're going to be wanting to click on all those bubbles to see where it's going. Um, Let me see if I can find something here. Okay. See if it, so this is the main thing that I clicked on, the main article. And now it's searching thousands of citations and references supposedly. And then it's going to start doing its little thing with the lines and linking up to different works. So we will see how well this will do. Well, there's nothing there, right? So, um, and it kind of tells you there's no reference, there's no citations, but I'm gonna see if I can view this source. Again, it takes me to this particular website, University of Chicago Press Journals. Again, it's probably gonna want me to pay, but I see if it'll give me a PDF. No, it's wanting me to pay. So just be aware that some of these are going to want you to probably pay if you don't have, if your college doesn't have a subscription or if you don't have a personal subscription to it. Um, Let me see what this one goes. This is from, 1975. It still want me to do this. Let me see. You can click on the citation. Um, I don't want to save the map because I'm just exploring here. This might. It's telling me different things. Again, yeah, I'm not not gonna pay for the ebook, especially $111 or whatever it is. Um, I would say, play around with this thing if you're having to write research papers, that type deal, or just if you're interested in it in general, just to see what you can find. I mean, just be wary that you will find you may not be able to find everything that you want as it relates to being open access or free. But it is something I think moving forward could be a benefit um, for students and faculty members and staff. Um, they just, some of these places obviously are are in for making money, which you gotta kind of understand that too to some degree. But yeah, this seems like it will be sort of an interesting thing. Uh, See how it, how the weeks and the months sort of play out with this, and see if they do add. It looks like they're adding um, more things to it, more articles. So that would be, beneficial and helpful. But yep, hopefully everybody has a great day. I just wanted to show you what I found, in case anybody's interested in it, especially those in academia. It could be of assistance. So I hope everybody has a great day, good rest of the week, and I hope everybody's doing well. Have a good one.